Welcome to my channel. This is a short story. Hurry up, Todd barked, tossing a snowball at Tim. The sidewalk is slippery, Tim said, trying to step over the icy patches. Tim heart ached. He didn't like his new foster family. Last week, his foster mother locked him in a closet in the basement because he complained about Todd stealing his money. Todd stopped to talk to one of his mean friends, and Tim kept on walking. A smile lit up Tim's face when he spotted Mrs. Jameson. She flashed him a smile as she went by with her poodle. She and her husband lived in a large house nestled on the top of a hill overlooking Ridge Valley. Tim liked her sweet smile, and she reminded him of his mother. Sometimes he wondered if she would adopt him. Todd's loud voice interrupted his thoughts, and he glanced back and saw a large snowball heading towards him, and he hid behind a tree. His foster mother was baking brownies when they got home. "You're late. It's Tim's fault. He's so slow," Todd complained. "Why do you let him live here?" Tim hung his coat out of the closet and dashed up to his room in the attic. Tears streamed down his cheeks as he thought about the happy life he had had with his parents before the car accident. He was only 5. "I want my mom and dad back. I don't want to be an orphan," he blurted, tears streaming down his cheeks. 2 weeks before Christmas, Todd's mother asked if he and Tim would like to do some chores for Mrs. Jameson. "Can't. Going skating with Billy." "I'll go," Tim said, delighted that he was going to visit Mrs. Jameson in her beautiful home. Tim helped Mrs. Jameson as she wrapped toys and sweaters for the children at the orphanage and helped with the decorating of the Christmas tree. Later, Mrs. Jameson played the piano and he sang The Little Drummer Boy for her. He was sorry he had to go home. "Can I stay with you?" he pleaded. "I can't let you stay, Tim, but you can come and visit again." A few days later, as he stood staring out the window of his drafty room, he spotted a Santa leaving the Jamesons' house with a sack, and he remembered seeing them driving away earlier. He watched as the Santa emptied the sack in a van and entered the house again, and this time he came out with a TV. He ran downstairs. No one was home. He grabbed the phone and called 911 and told the opera what he saw. "How old are you?" 80 told her. "Do you know it's wrong to make crank calls?" "I'm telling the truth." "Okay, what's the address?" He gave her the address. About 10 minutes later, the cops arrived and arrested the fake Santa. The following days were exciting for Tim. He was a small-town hero. He was interviewed on the radio and TV. When Mrs. Jameson found out that all he wanted for Christmas was a mom and dad, she and her husband decided to adopt him. "Wow!" Tim shouted, thinking about the happy days ahead.